All right, folks, we are back at Greater Faith, and we're going to try and test out a couple of things that we mentioned, which is most likely what y'all are probably seeing in my time right now. That's just probably what's going on right now. I brought my fiber HDMI cable, thank you, and I'm going to hook that directly to the PTZ and run it down here to see if I get a signal. And if that works, we might actually just do it that way, because we need to get this stuff done and need to know if I need to go in another direction. And I have this other cable. I'm going to tempt fate and try and pull, go back up here and check the line, make sure there's nothing on this side that I noticed there was a problem. I have a pre-made cable that is already tested. I'm probably going to connect it to that and then run that and tape off another box of Ethernet cable and just try and pull it to see if I can get it around that corner and kind of kill two birds with one stone. And then I'm also thinking about pulling another Ethernet cable here if I have to go put the HDMI up there, because I think what I'm going to do, since this is one connection, I'm probably going to convert the joystick over to a regular RS-232 controller, because that's the only PTZ is going to be in here. So I can repurpose the IP-based one to a different project. So anyway, let me go up here, test this out, make sure everything is working. We go from there. All right, still, ooh, excuse me. All right, still nothing coming from the SDI cable for some odd reason. I even used their converter, which y'all be careful when y'all buy these type of converters, because they changed the labeling to almost look like this one, but it's not the same. But I'm not getting anything here. So let me go ahead and get the ladder, and I'm gonna run my HDMI cable just to see if I'm getting something, to make sure the camera is actually doing something, which I think it is. But let's go ahead and hook that up. All right, here's the moment of truth. Got the other end right here. Do we get a signal? Yes, we do. So I don't know what is going on. So we got an image here. All right, so while I'm doing this, let me run this out and then see, do I get a signal over the SDIs that are connected to the TVs. All right, I'm getting a signal on both sides, which is what I'm not getting from the line that's coming from the sanctuary. And let's switch these over, because input number 2 was the Ori. Nothing there. Come on now. Nothing there. What in the world? Now, see, this is not fun. Let's try the other TVs. Oh, that one doesn't have a cable, so that's not going to work. That's input number 1. Man, what in the world is going on? Don't tell me I gotta make new cables. I just don't understand why all of a sudden the cable would be a problem when it was working earlier. So if we look down here, we're not getting an image, a connection light from here. All right, let me actually connect one of these directly, because these converters have two SDI outs. Let me connect that and see if that box is the problem. Man, I am getting nothing. I just have no idea. No idea at all. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna maybe pull the converters that are off of the TV, the existing ones, and just connect some of these just to see. Because I am drawing a blank right now. All right, I am drawing a complete blank, folks. I have no idea what in the world is going on. Disconnecting anything over the SDI cables, I'm getting nothing. This is still just the ORA that's sending it to here. Camera number 2 is the HDMI cable coming from the camera. Number 1 is the SDI, and I'm not getting anything. The only thing I'm thinking about doing right now is this extra SDI cable right here. Just run it, not in the ceiling, and run it here. Just make a quick cable and just see, do I get a signal with that? All right, there must be something going on with the cable, because I have this other SDI cable here running all the way up here to the original SDI to HDMI converter that is plugged into input number 1 of the A.M.E. And you can see we got 2 images. So I don't know how something happened to the wiring. I don't know. Now the other thing is I changed the resolution to the camera to the same setting that's over in the sanctuary, but still, right now, wait a minute, I didn't do that right. If I undo this, and this is the feed that's going into here, this has an out as well. So that is now feeding into this. We still don't get nothing here and nothing there. I don't know if the wiring is the problem or if it's the box. Wait a minute, see, I just got a light for half a second. So let me change out this cable. Maybe that's it. I don't know. But that, let's make a new cable real quick. All right, I made a new tool, and now we got a light. I have no idea. So now let's switch these TVs. See, this one is still not getting a signal. Let's turn this back one on. All right. What in the world? All right, so that's fine. Maybe that one is disconnected. I was getting ready to say, man, I know I'm not going crazy here. All right, let me hook this one back up. All right, that one is hooked up, but nothing. So let me make another cable for this one. Or that might be the other one that's not plugged in, because I think I'm mixing the 2 cables. All right, so what I am thinking is I'm gonna have to relocate this HDMI cable in the wall. And then go from there. All right. So at least I know which one is the camera cable, which is that one. But these other ones, I'm not getting a signal. So let me switch this TV real quick And I think we may go back to that original plan I was talking about, to where I'm gonna bypass the ORI completely and just use the SDI cables for my signal here. So no signal here. So we got 2 cables that need to be made. I'm gonna take that down and we're gonna go with the SDI route. Now I am getting a message here just asking me to change the resolution. So maybe that was a part of the issue, that all these TVs really can't handle the same resolution. I don't know. But I can adjust that by making the change inside of the ATEM to output what's coming out. So I need to hook that up to the network so I can control it from the other side. But I think that's what we're gonna do. Switch out these 2 cables, pull down this stuff and go from here. All right, folks, I'm running out of time, but I think we kind of got our situation isolated. That cable is back to that back TV in the wall, and this one is giving me some problems. I know which one is which. I'm gonna try and re-terminate these right now. And like I said, I'm running short on time. I never got an even chance to even go up in the attic. I want that to be the last thing that I do to check out. But let me swap these out, and I left my cutters back there. And let's try that again. All right, folks, so pretty much I just finished talking to Mr. Hargris. I'm getting ready to go back up here in the ceiling. So these wires are running in a conduit right beside power. These wires that are not flickering are the new ones that I pulled that are nowhere near this. So what I'm gonna have to do is, when I come back, I'm gonna pull new cables for right here and right there, run them down the center like I have everything else going, run another Ethernet cable for the RS-232 control, move this HDMI cable up there as well too, and fish that through, which is gonna free up that entire Ethernet plate. Not free it up, let me take it back, because we still need, I'm gonna put all the connections for the internet and everything over here, because I did just come from upstairs and I have all the wiring taped off. It doesn't look like anything is running over electrical in any way, shape, or form, but this is gonna be the last thing that I do here today, because I need to get cleaned up and go back into daddy mode and get my little one registered for school and meet a teacher and all this other stuff like that. So let me go up here. Hopefully I can pull this cable. It looks like it's a straight shot, and we'll go from there. All right, folks, later this evening now, from Greater Faith, I think I found the issue. And I mentioned this before, that contrary to a lot of people who were talking about, like, AJ, you don't run these lines right, I know well enough how to do certain things and how to tell when something is actually being done wrong. So it looks like in the fellowship hall, well, first off, let's go back. I can 100% verify that the 3 SDI cables and the 2 Ethernet cables that I pulled over in the sanctuary ceiling is not the problem. I ended up disconnecting that extra cable that was going to feed back into the fellowship hall. I completely disconnected that, and I had no issue at all with the tingling or feeling some type of electrical surge or something like that through the cable. I didn't have that at all. So at this point, everything in the sanctuary is fine. What I ended up doing is I ended up taping off some other cables to, let me get this, because these washers and dryers are so annoying. It just keeps ringing and ringing and ringing and ringing, and I'm like, anyway, so pretty much I ended up, I know enough to know how something should or should not be done when it comes to the wiring and stuff like that. So it looks like in me going back up and crawling into the overhang at the entrance that I was showing you in that previous video, I don't know what claustrophobic feelings are like, but I was feeling some type of way, so I had to hurry up and get up out of there. But anyway, I was able to get, I pulled a brand new SDI cable as well as an Ethernet cable, and I taped it, and I was able to pull that into that crawl space. But by me pulling that cable, I ended up touching that wire once, and I felt that jolt again. So what ended up happening is people not knowing what they were doing, or most likely just cutting corners, they ran all of the Romex wiring in a metal conduit along with the audio cables going to the speakers as well as the RG6 going to there, and it looks like one of those cables where the insulation was cut while it was being pulled into that conduit, and that is where the static shock is coming from, which stinks. So what I have to do, I was feeling some type of way. I pulled enough cable, hopefully, to where I got it this through that wall. My plan was the air conditioning duct actually has a hole cut through the wall. So I'm gonna pull all my brand new cable to where I can get to it and just feed it over top of a new hole that I make right above the air conditioning unit that's about 3 feet away from all the Romex. And now I'll have a hardline internet connection and a brand new electricity-free RG6 coming in. Thankfully, it was very cool today from after the storm from yesterday. But yeah, and then I think what I said with the other plan, that's what ended up happening. So the Ori 1x4 extender, we're not going to be using in the fellowship hall at all. Everything is going to be over SDI cable running to each TV, and it looks like the original kind of like SDI to HDMI converters that they had, it just wasn't liking it. So I ended up going back to the Blackmagic SDI HDMIs that I had, and I ordered another 5 of them just in case for some other installs that I have coming in. So SDI cables are going to go to every single TV. I have a HDMI to SDI converter that's going to go from the ATEM into the original SDI splitter that would give me a signal there. The 100-foot fiber HDMI cable I'm gonna pull back in the ceiling, and since we're not using the Ethernet cables that I ran to the TVs, I just cut one of them and pushed that down behind the PTZ camera in the ceiling, and that's going to be my secondary cable for when I run a RS-232 over Ethernet, since I'm changing out the PTZ controller for that one, because since it's only going to be one PTZ in there, I'd rather have a direct connection instead of doing a network one. The network one I can use on another install, and it looks like all of them are out of stock, so I'll just switch those around. So yeah, this is the stuff that comes when you do stuff like this. There's so many other things that you just don't know that pop up, and yeah, let me hurry up and get out, because I'm starting to get very, I don't know, I'm starting to get very annoyed. And that's just because, like, all these appliances and all this other stuff, I don't know, I'm getting just sensitive to sound right now. And maybe that's just a sign that I'm tired and I am in need of a much needed vacation. Before I close out and holla at y'all, like I said, there's not going to be a Q&A with AJ today, because I had to take my daughter to a dentist, and then we're doing an on-site with my brother-in-law at a church just down the street from his house. And I'm just going to be running around. And On another note, thank you all the brand new Patreon supporters and YouTube members. I really appreciate it, as well as everybody giving me early birthday shout outs. I really appreciate that, everybody in the Facebook group. Thank you. And again, I don't want to sound ungrateful. Just want to tell you, officially, my birthday is September 5th. So it's actually Sunday. So thank you again. No, I don't care what day it was. I mean, the fact that you took the time to tell me happy birthday, I really appreciate it. So what I am thinking about doing for Labor Day or on Sunday afternoon, I don't know, maybe as a birthday gift to y'all, maybe we can do well, I was thinking about doing a 24-hour Q&A, but I think I want to turn that into like a, I don't know, was it a fundraiser or whatever they call it? Something like that, to where I do it for 24 hours. I guess I need to get that more organized, but we might do something, folks. But anyway, it's late. I need to edit this and go to bed, and then get up and take this little girl to the dentist, take her to school, or daycare, go to this other appointment, come back. We got a bunch of stuff coming in. The projectors from my church, actually, I just got a notice that they're going to actually be delivered on Saturday. So we're going to have some stuff to play with, and I'm going to drop them all off at church on Sunday. And I was going to take off for my birthday, but I might have to run the media booth this Sunday. So like I said, a lot of fun stuff going on. But anyway, thanks for watching, folks. We will be back next week. We're going to be back at Greater Faith, I think Thursday, because of the holiday, school starting on Wednesday, and Thursday is going to be the day I'm going to be back. And hopefully it'll be cool, and I'm going to have to pull some new cables, move everything up, and run 2 new cables for the TVs on the right side, because they're the ones that are also touching electrical wiring. So we get that stuff done. Fellowship Hall should be done, especially with hardline connections and all that stuff there. But anyway, folks, y'all have a great day, night, evening, whichever one it is. Appreciate you for watching. Hopefully this stuff is helping you see the good, the bad, and the ugly of everything, dealing with adding this stuff into a church or ministry or whatever, for live streaming, video systems, stuff like that. So we will catch y'all in the next video, folks. Later.